Introducing Keenan Marquise Prudencio Feel the Burn Podcast. We talking about getting that Lombardi. You gon' need at least 15 straight. We talking about getting that Heisman. Bust it up right, then I hit him with the fade. Who gon' be the number one conference? Big 12 or the Big 10? ACC or the Pac-12? Now the SEC still gon' hell. When it comes to the course, we don't cover no records. We talking about brackets and getting buckets. Who gon' give us the player of the year? Do you think it's gon' be another Cinderella story? Will we see a repeat? Who gon' come out the East? Who deserves MVP in the summer's more? You tuned in to the hottest sports podcast out. Sit back and enjoy. Always bringing you the hottest takes. Break it down so you can relate. From the preseason to the champs come, we cover everything in between. Got the airwaves on lock with the best analysts in the game. Feel the Burn Podcast on. Turn it up and let the show begin.
Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Feel the burn. Behind the feel the burn. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Feel the Burn, the hottest sports podcast out. I am the man with the plan, the host who does the most. My name is Prudencio Logan. I'm joined by my two co-hosts.
Keys.
And none to done.
We got Keenan. We got Keys. You guys ready?
Of course.
Now, man, let's get this show started. First, we're going to start off with the NBA play-in tournament. You had the Celtics first game was the Pacers versus the Hornets. A shellacking, 27 points, 144 to 117. Hornets didn't really stand a chance the entire game. Domantas Sabonis, beast. Keenan, what'd you think about it?
Indiana did what they were supposed to do. I think Charlotte disappointed, like probably most of the world that was watching, because everybody probably was excited to see LaMelo enter the playoffs, enter the play-in weather. So I was disappointed from my standpoint. I thought it would be a better game than that. But Indiana did what they were supposed to do.
Keith?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm very disappointed for the simple fact I just wanted to see the Hornets in the playoffs. I don't think anybody in the history of their organization has been excited, as terms of fans, ever been excited to see this much excitement from the Hornets. I really wish that they could have came through, but however, you shooting 30% from three, it's hard to win any game in the NBA when you're shooting 30% from three and you take 40 of them. You're not going to win many games doing that. So they got beat, and they got beat pretty bad.
The Hornets' problem is that they couldn't defend in the paint, and the Pacers got every shot. Well, aside from the fact that they were on fire, they got every shot in the paint that they wanted. Sabonis had 14 points, 21 rebounds, 9 assists, and he started the first half 1-8. But he still had 12 or 13 rebounds at the half. It was kind of ridiculous. The Hornets didn't have a big, and they was missing their best player, Gordon Hayward. I don't really want to see the Hornets in the playoffs anyway.
Why?
They were in the full team. If Gordon Hayward was playing when they was like in the contention for 6th in the East, maybe
they would have got the 6. They would have got the 6 with Gordon Hayward.
And it's a real possibility. He was hooping. He just got hurt.
Even though the Hornets got smacked, I think for the most part, you would consider this season a win going forward. I feel like even though you got your behind beat pretty bad, going into next season, due to the hype, you got, LaMelo coming back for another year. You get Gordon Hayward. I think that in terms of free agency, they might be able to steal one person that I think they could add to this team. But like I said, for the most part, outside, the announcer, it just feels different. Like, you actually want to root for Charlotte for the first time.
You want to root for Charlotte?
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball.
I don't want to see Charlotte in the playoffs.
Nobody. The Pacers are good. If the Pacers had LeVert last night, they might have won by 40 points.
Right.
Y'all are missing y'all are not. I'm not saying less to make Charlotte an NFL or NBA contender. I'm saying in terms of hype, marketing, et cetera, they're going to hype LaMelo Ball.
They still doing it when they got blew out.
But the Hornets, in terms of just highlight plays, you'd be like, you know what? I'll watch it. When have you ever said, let me watch a Charlotte Hornets game?
When I know they're playing one of my Bulls or one of my teams. When I know it's going to be an easy
turn that game off at halftime.
Yeah, the Hornets they're not a team to watch. Well, they weren't. I guess they are now. They got a superstar announcer. They got LaMelo. They got, Michael, which Bridges? I think it's
Miles Bridges.
Miles Bridges.
He became a dog this year.
Yeah, he been balling this year. So
this was the first time I witnessed the blowout, and after the blowout, the team that got blew out was still making all the highlight reels. It was the first time I ever seen it. I promise you. I get on Instagram after the game, like an hour after the game. All I see is the house of LaMelo. I'm like, did they not just get blew out? Where's Sabonis? Where is that at? The first time, boy, it's crazy.
The next game was the Boston Celtics against the Washington Wizards, and Jason Tatum went for 50 points. Celtics will be taking on the Nets in the next round. Do the Celtics have a chance to knock off Brooklyn?
No, they do not.
On a scale of 1 to 100, what's the percent?
15.
10.
I guess
maybe 5%.
Maybe
5%. No Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown would have made it 15. Maybe.
So you think even with Jaylen Brown, it would have been only 15?
Yeah. There's too much offense over there in Brooklyn, bro. It's
you got Kyrie, you got Kemba, you got Durant, you got Tatum. Tatum just put up 50.
Tatum not holding. Ain't nobody stopping Durant. Tatum and Brown, one of them, like, it's like they don't never get it together. Like, they don't never both have great games together. Like, anytime I watch them, it's like one or the other.
You got Marcus Smart.
Oh, child, please.
Come on
all defense.
What you want to see, a bunch of flopping? Who he stopping?
He was on. Honestly, all he gonna do is get fined $5K. What is it? What's the flopping fine? Is it 5 or 6?
They might catch him for 30K to wait. What he gonna be doing?
You got Fournier. You got Evan Fournier.
Fournier haven't found himself on their team. They not ready. Like, even with Brown, they didn't have too many injuries. They not together yet. They not a full team yet to be.
So how many games?
They might get one.
I said they at least get one game.
They'll get one. Tatum gonna go off for one game.
Yeah, I won't say they get
ugly.
So you don't think it's only going 5.
Yeah. Only 5.
What you were saying, Keith? What you were saying about it, Keith?
No, I said they're only gonna get one. They'll get one out of 5 games. You don't get one game where you can say you shot really well,
right,
and play completely awful. But that's it.
Because you're not getting Durant, Harden, and Kyrie, especially in the first round. Harden gonna show up in the beginning of the playoffs. Now later on is a different story. In the beginning though, and he really ain't got to be the scorer. You're not getting 2 of them to have off nights. You'll get lucky, and that's where that one game gonna come in at.
KD will average 36 and 6 in the first round.
36 and 6.
30 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists against Boston.
So what you think Kyrie gonna average?
It don't matter. KD gonna get 36 and 6.
Kyrie gonna get 24, 4, and 5.
5 games for the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, I hate to say it, Brad Stevens is overrated to me. I always thought that, not to just point this out, but if he was our color, Brad Stevens would have been out the NBA. I'm being honest.
He's got a lot of success.
in college. Yeah,
He has some.
he's winning in the regular season. If you take out that one season they had when they went against Cleveland, Brad Stevens have not done that. If he was a black coach in the NBA, y'all know you only get a certain amount of chances when you're a black coach in the NBA. He would have been out. Brad Stevens is overrated. He's not a bad coach, but he's overrated. I think he's getting too many chances.
So I have a question, Kenan. In your opinion, how do you take Boston to the next level? What piece are they missing?
Boston need a big, in my opinion. They need a real. They need not just no like offensive big. They need a
shot blocker.
Leader. Yeah,
a shot blocker, like a Miles Turner type.
Oh, that'd be nice. Miles Turner actually be nice. They need a big like that, like he said. Yeah, shot blocker. They need a defensive leader like down there in the paint. Boston tend to get soft sometimes. If you take out Marcus Smart, they need probably something else up there with him. Because Tatum gonna do his thing. Jaylen Brown, he is starting to come along this year. But they need a shot blocker. They need a shot blocker. They need it. And they need something consistent off the bench. They need a consistent bench player, consistent six man that can come in and give points off the bench. Because when they bench come in, it's like, it's like watching Charlotte. I'd rather watch Charlotte than they bench.
I think you can have that in Fournier, though. I think
you can too, but Fournier having availability. Fournier really ain't, he really just getting back, if you want to be honest. Fournier can do it, though. I believe, like, they got that piece. But he has to come out the bench, and he has to be the Fournier that was in Orlando. He has to be that. Because of the Brown injury, I don't think he can. Not right now, at least.
5 games for the Boston Celtics. Is that what you guys?
I get on one. I hope they get 2, but I'm going 1. Yep, I get on 1 game.
I give him a game.
What game? Which game? Game 1, game 2, game 3.
Game 1 to be their best bet.
Or game 4 on the 3.
I'm gonna say game 3.
So it's gonna be 2-1. Add a little spice to the series.
I think it'll be game 3. Game 3, because the first two games will be in Brooklyn.
It'll be game 1.
I think they'll come back home, and they'll steal a win, and I mean steal a win meaning by Brooklyn does not play well. That's what I mean when I say steal a win. And then after that, Brooklyn's gonna go right back and go, and it'd be a wrap.
It'll be game 1 or game 2 where they get that win. I don't think they win in 3 or 4. I think they'll be up because of Tatum coming out there 50-pointer, so they'll be up for this one. But I think Brooklyn will probably like not lay down, but I think there'll be a little sleep coming into game 2. If they doing bad game 1, they're gonna be a little sleep on game 2, and Celtics are sneaking the game 2. But after that, it'll be over with. It'll be enough.
I think the Nets are gonna sweep the Celtics, and I think there will be a Blake Griffin sighting.
You made it seem like you clowning me and Keenan for saying 5, and you come out saying, "Oh no, they're gonna sweep them."
I wouldn't be surprised though if it's a sweep.
I think Blake Griffin gonna have himself a game because the Celtics don't have no interior defense, man. Blake gonna get a chance to eat.
I got you one even better. Blake Griffin gonna be the MVP of this round. He gonna be that lead scorer. Who gonna stop him? Tristan Thompson, child, please. And he gonna dunk on him. He gonna catch a body every game. He gonna catch one body a game.
Okay, here's a question. If you were a betting man, right? Who gets the first tech in that series?
The first tech in that series?
First tech. Oh no. Who gets the first tech?
I don't think it's gonna be one.
If I was to bet, you talking about player, correct?
Yeah, players. If you had to say, get the first
tech. It'll be between Smart and Kyrie. I'm going Smart off of a flop.
I think
Smart off of a flop.
They bet.
They might get a double take because of a tussle.
You're right. It might be a double take, but I'm gonna say Smart. It's gonna be between Smart and Kyrie if it be a double take.
Just know over under Marcus Smart flops at least 3 times in 4 games.
Over. I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over. He gonna do it once a quarter. He good for it, bro.
Can we
He's
stop
good for it.
disrespecting Marcus Smart?
I'm not there. He's a great defender. I'm not saying he's not a great defender. Let's get that understood. But he flops a lot.
Logan,
What you gonna have to against them?
Logan, what's your eyes?
What's my what?
You trust your eyes?
Yeah, I trust my eyes.
Do you think he gonna flop?
I think he'll flop twice.
It might get called twice.
Yeah, thank you.
That's it. That's all that counts.
Oh, twice.
Dude might flop 3 times in one game, honestly. So I'm taking the over.
Don't let the game be close. Do not let the game be close.
Think about who we playing.
He only gonna get called twice for it.
Yeah, he might get called twice, but he gonna do it more than 3 times. Think about who we playing now: Harden, Kyrie, and Durant.
He's
gonna flop on each one of them.
Damn, that means he gonna guard Harden probably, right?
Ooh, oh yeah, they're gonna be flop Olympics right there.
You can't put Kimba on Harden.
Kimba gonna be a liability out there. He gonna be good on offense, but he gonna be a liability on defense.
Yeah, the Celtics getting swept.
They're gonna get one.
Nah, they about to get swept. They might get swept, and Tatum might score 50 in multiple games, trying to fight off.
It's a good chance there's going to be a lot of offense in this series, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Nets not playing no defense.
I'm going all over on all my sports betting. I ain't gonna lie to you for total points. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm going crazy.
What's the score? It looks like 40-30. Wizards lose to the Celtics. Now the Wizards have to take on the Pacers. What are you guys' predictions? I'm gonna roll with the Wizards. Russell Westbrook is averaging a 20, 20, and 18 triple-double against the Pacers this season. In 3 games. 22 points, 18 rebounds, and 20 assists. And Bradley Beal he's averaging 40 points a game against the Pacers. I think the Wizards are going to take it home.
Sound like I need to take the over on that one, too.
Shoot, the Pacers just put up 144. You should take the over.
Right.
14% from 3.
Who's shooting 14% from 3?
Washington shot 14% against Boston.
What was the final score?
100 to 118. Boston put up 38 points in the third quarter. That's why they lost.
Yep. I'm going Washington over Indiana. LeVert not playing, correct?
I think he's still in the protocol, so he won't be able to play.
Oh, yeah. Give me Washington. Westbrook and Beal are not going to have back-to-back bad games.
It's hard to – well, it was not hard to lose by shooting 14%. It's very hard to win shooting 14%.
You're right.
It's not that often you're going to shoot 14% twice or 20%. That number goes up to 35-ish. I think they have a legitimate chance to win.
And Westbrook was pissed. And you got to piss Westbrook. And I'm pretty sure Beal is pissed.
And Bill, he was coming off that hamstring. So you guys, is everybody picking the Wizards or Keith, who are you picking?
I'm picking Washington.
So that would leave Washington to play Philadelphia in the first round.
Jesus.
That series I'm not going to say it's going to be good. I'll say it'll be entertaining. That series has the potential, in my opinion, to go 6.
More potential than the Celtics?
Yeah, for sure.
On a scale of 1 to 100, what's the potential of the Celtics going 6?
0.
1. I'll give you 1 just to be nice.
What's the potential of the Wizards going 6?
I say 35.
Going 6 against Philly?
Yeah.
I go 60. I go 60%. Westbrook hate Philly.
I I think it's lower, man. I think the Sixers have super good defense, and the Wizards don't have anybody for Embiid. Like Ben Simmons and Tybalt, they're gonna cause some fits for Westbrook and Bill.
But Westbrook team have some good games against them too, and Bill played them well. That's why I think he go 6.
I think Embiid's gonna take over. I give it 5.
Oh yeah, he gonna take over. I give him 6. I give him 6.
I think I'm gonna go 6. I'm gonna say they get 6.
I think Bill gonna have one of them nights.
Sixers and 6.
Yeah, 6. I think the Sixers will win the series, but I do think it'll go 6 games.
All right, let's jump over to the West right quick. Well, let's finish the East right quick. First round prediction. So we got 76ers, we got the Nets. We have the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat. Heat beat the Bucks last year. Jimmy Butler is a dog. Giannis got Drew Holiday now. They got PJ Tucker. They got some hoopers. Now, Giannis he's putting up some excellent numbers. Miami Heat or Milwaukee Bucks?
Keenan, would you like to go first, Keenan?
You said who?
Would you like to go first, Keenan?
Give me Milwaukee. They added them 2 dogs for a reason. Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker are dogs, and if somebody on their team BSing, I can count. I'm guaranteed that one of them gonna get on one of them folks. They ain't gonna let Giannis BS this playoffs. So I'm giving Milwaukee. They owe Miami. You can't get beat like that last year and not come out and beat these folks the Knicks. So give me Milwaukee.
How many games? 7?
Yeah, I think they got 7.
Okay, Keith.
I think the playoff experience will work in Milwaukee's favor for the reason that they will win this series. Now, them as a contender going forward, that's another conversation for another day. But in terms of who I think, Milwaukee or the Heat, I think Milwaukee will beat the Heat in 6.
In 6.
Yeah.
I am going with the Miami Heat in 7. Give me Jimmy Butler. Give me Bam Adebayo. I'm going with the Miami Heat. We got Keenan with the Bucks in 7. We got Keith with the Bucks in 6. I got Logan, the Loganator, with the Heat in 7. Last matchup, New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. Hawks ball.
Oh, man.
Y'all two go first on that one.
I am going with the Knicks in 6.
What?
The Knicks in 6.
You ain't got no faith in the boys.
D Rose, Julius Randle, Nerlens Noel, Reggie Bullock. They're gonna give the Hawks some fits. Trae Young can't guard D Rose. And who gonna guard Julius Randle? Because Randle taking you from the 3-point line to the paint. John Collins ain't with that. He ain't with it, Hawks fans. You hear it? Give me the Knicks in 6. Keith.
I'm going to let you know right now, I ain't never picking a New York team in history to be anything but successful. I'm picking the Atlanta Hawks. And for you to sit here as an Atlanta native and pick the New York Knicks over the Hawks, I hope they don't fight. I hope they don't fight you in Georgia.
You know that Knicks blood runs deep in me. I'm not even a Knicks fan, but you know the blood runs deep. My family heritage, the Knicks, that blue and orange is flowing through me right now. Give me the New York Knicks in 6 over the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, you must like depression just like the Knicks too, because there's no way I'm picking the Knicks over Atlanta. Very good series. However, Hawks will win. This will be the coming out party in terms of on a brand scale of Trae Young getting his respect, Collins getting his respect. This is the time that Atlanta Hawks fans have been waiting for. So
Hawks ball.
We know this very personally, Logan. This is the opportunity to shut some haters up. You're against the biggest brand a winnable series. You cannot let this go away.
Pick it.
How many
games? How many games, Keys?
7. It's going 7.
Hawks and 7, Knicks and 6. Keenan, give me a
Hey,
right quick. Give me a right.
Yeah.
Now you know, and all people, when y'all expect Atlanta to win the most, they vanish like the Avatar.
I know what you're about to say.
When you expect Atlanta to win the most, they vanish like the Avatar. Know what they do. Atlanta teams will never show up. Therefore, New York in 5.
Oh,
New York in 5.
Wow.
Randall gonna go crazy.
5.
Randall gonna go. It's about who's hot coming in, and New York is hot. Atlanta don't stand a chance. New York in 5. D Rose is going to go MVP Rose. Julius Randle gonna keep playing like he been playing. Atlanta just lucky Mitchell Robinson not there. That's what they lucky, because it'll be New York in 4. So New York in 5. Atlanta gonna let y'all down once again, like they always do. I'm sorry. I pray for your city, G. But New York in 5.
Right. Atlanta, and this is we're gonna switch it slightly. Atlanta, we understand how much New York Knicks means to people, or how many New York people we have in Atlanta. When they come to Atlanta, just buy the tickets. Do not let this sound like Madison Square Garden in the arena. Just do them that. Let's start with that, and let's take it one game at a time. And we take it one game at a time. Please, we do not need to lose to the Knicks and have to hear them talk for another year about how well they did. However, it would be very entertaining. This is the 4-5 matchup, right?
Yeah.
It'd be very entertaining to see Brooklyn and the Knicks in the second round of the playoffs. That would be very entertaining.
The money.
That'd be,
money
yeah.
right
It'd be a lot
Subway rivalry.
of money.
The Subway rivalry.
But I'm still rooting for Atlanta.
You better not let that happen. Nets versus Knicks, because you know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
You better not go to New York.
Let's look at the play-in for the West. All right, first game, you had Grizzlies versus Spurs. Grizzlies edge it out for a close win over the Spurs. It looked like the Spurs were rallying back within the last few minutes. Rudy Gay hit a tough shot. Kyle Anderson had an offensive foul, but the Grizzlies closed them out. And they will face the winner of the Lakers and the Warriors. Keenan, do the Grizzlies have a chance against the Lakers on a scale of 1 to 100?
They face the losers.
I know. I'm saying in either scenario. If they had to face the Lakers, 1 to 100. 0 to 100.
They can beat the Lakers. Grizzlies can beat the Lakers. Curry, I don't know. But they have a chance. They have a 40% chance against the Lakers because of the bigs. The bigs of the Grizzlies can get them over the Lakers. Not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying for one game, the bigs of the Grizzlies can show up on the Lakers.
Peace.
So, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. So, of course, right now as we're recording, the Warriors are playing the Lakers. Curry hits a step back 3 in the. It's like he playing 2K in real life.
That ain't 2K, my friend. It's NBA Jam.
It gotta be. You seen the Family Guy episode where he just cornered 3?
Yeah.
Bruh, how in the world? How did he make that?
NBA Jam. Dude, ridiculous.
That's crazy.
He should be. Hey, he tried to make a real late push for MVP, and I wouldn't be mad if he snuck it.
Golden State is up 13 right now as we're recording to the Lakers after Curry just hit a step back 3 as the buzzer goes off.
It's halftime. It's halftime.
This why LeBron was bad.
I never seen LeBron stop. He big stomped to the locker room. He big stomped to the locker room.
Keith, If you were the Grizzlies, who would you rather face, the Warriors or the Lakers?
I think you would rather face the Warriors.
You feel like they have a better chance of stopping Steph and making other guys finish them off?
I say that for the only fact, and I'm not gonna say no disrespect, but in common sense, I think if the Lakers' back is against the wall, I don't think you're gonna beat two of the best top 10 players playing, in my opinion. While Curry is playing great, he's the leading scorer, the score leader. I think you might want to take your chance with the Warriors versus the two best players in the world with their back against the wall. I can't believe he still made that. That's what I mean. We've seen it before, but it's just, wow.
The day before the play.
Wow. He got 15 right now.
Ridiculous.
That's absolutely wild how he hit that.
Steph is my MVP.
He's mine as well. I wouldn't be mad if he got it.
And look at Draymond. 5 points, 2 steals, 3 rebounds.
Such a Draymond Green. If the Warriors finish this game out ahead, they will be leading. Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
They will not be leading.
2 points and 4 assists.
2 points, 4 assists. Excuse me. Good job, Draymond.
Anthony Davis is shooting 2 for 12, 0 for 3 from the 3, and he has 5.
Expected.
Draymond
LeBron is 1 for 7 with 6 points.
That ain't expected.
Schroeder 1 for 9.
Draymond,
the Lakers are 27% from the 3-point line.
Draymond playing that good defense on AD. Draymond playing that defensive player of the year defense on AD.
Anthony Davis he tends to let people play. Like, he tends to play into the other team's game, bro. He supposed to be murdering the Warriors, if you want to be honest with you.
Him and Drummond down low, you would think it's a nightmare.
He's soft. That's why I think the Grizzlies have a chance. Grizzlies, the bigs, ain't soft like that.
If the Warriors win, they will be taking on the Suns. If the Lakers win, they will be taking on the Suns. Who do you think the Suns want to face in a 7-game series?
Neither.
You got to pick one. Pick one.
They want to play Golden State.
Yeah.
I agree.
They want to play Golden State.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's the only time Anthony Davis played in the paint when he played the Suns, so they want to play Golden State.
Utah against the Lakers, though? Who do you think – who would Utah want to play? The Warriors, the Lakers, or the Grizzlies? I know it's the Grizzlies, but –
it's the Grizzlies, ain't that? Because LeBron to be pissed. Utah want to see. They don't want to see LeBron right now. I don't think Utah want to see LeBron. They ain't got nobody that can contend with that. Oh no, it's tough in the West. Who do you really want to face in the West? You just rather move east and go against Washington or Charlotte or something, or Atlanta. I really forgot Atlanta was in the playoffs. If you want to be honest, I went on the string of betting on Trae Young and he let me down. So never again.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say. I really feel like that's how a lot of people feel when people see the Hawks and the Knicks making the playoffs the same year. It's also like the world has really changed.
Let's not play the Hawks. All right, they had the most consecutive playoff appearances in the East until they missed the playoffs.
They just kept playing LeBron in the Celtics.
They couldn't get over that hump.
Yeah. They're not gonna do it this year either.
No, I think they're like maybe 1 or 2 players away from like actually like,
I agree.
They'll get to the second. They'll get to the conference finals.
They need a tough 2 guard or 3. They need a tough one though. Who? I don't know, but they need somebody that can get buckets and get a stop at the 3 or the 2.
Yeah, this is unless you got the firepower to match firepower, you're just gonna be really collecting 15 through 22 picks in the draft. I mean, that's really the name of the game. Is either you rather be elite or not be elite.
You said they need to go call OKC and borrow 30 of their 100 picks they got.
Yep, you gotta do something.
That's ridiculous what they got going.
They're gonna have a bunch of
OKC will be a legit playoff team in 6 years. Watch.
A bunch of sixth graders.
Well, they're gonna be a legit playoff team.
They stars is picking their nose class right now.
We got 31st rounders. Ridiculous.
So you guys, we don't know who's gonna be playing in the 7 and 8 right now. We can only talk about the 3 and the 6 and the 4 and the 5. So first, 3 and 6, you have the Denver Nuggets and the Portland Trailblazers. I think Portland's gonna win this round.
You think Portland's gonna win the round?
Yep. I think the Nuggets need Jamal Murray, and this time it will show. And they will not have their guy to go dueling with Damian Lillard like Jamal Murray did last year with Donovan Mitchell. And I think the Blazers will win in 6.
Blazers 1 and 6. I will say this in turn for Portland and a crazier that it's been. I'm not saying I feel like this is a team that can win the finals, but in terms of making a deep playoff run, you kind of have the obstacles set in your favor. And I say that, I mean, I think if Denver has Murray, it would just be a decent series. However, this is an opportunity for you to get over this hump, right? But the Lakers, even though the Lakers in the last 7 games are 5-2, and then playing Phoenix, I really feel like in terms of like star power matchup, this is the best opportunity that they will be able to, I guess, get over the hump.
Keenan, Blazers Nuggets. What'd you think?
Blazers in 7 because of the Murray factor. I like Barn. Barn gonna play them tough. So Barn gonna be the X factor of this series, but no Murray 7 games. It can go to 7. Jokic ain't going like that, but it's gonna go 7 because of Dame. I like what Keith said. He made a very, very valid statement. This will be the best opportunity for them. Because they win, they'll get Phoenix. If Phoenix move on, yeah.
Yeah. They'll play Phoenix or the Lakers if it becomes the 7th seed.
I'm with you.
It'll either be Blazers versus Suns. If they beat the Nuggets, Blazers versus Lakers, or Blazers versus Warriors. I think Akis, Nuggets or Blazers?
I'm going to go Blazers. I'm going Blazers for simple fact. I enjoy watching CJ McCollum, Dame Lillard, I'm not saying I'm an old head because I'm not, but the whole idea that you have guys willing to stick with the city through triumph and triumph is kind of like you have no choice but to root for Portland in this situation.
Carmelo is going to close out his old team.
That'd be hilarious.
Dagger by Anthony. It's going to be great. Can't wait. And then we have the 4-5 matchup, a rematch of last year's playoff. The number 4 Los Angeles Clippers versus the number 5 Dallas Mavericks. If Kristaps Porzingis is playing, give me Dallas. Give me Dallas.
Do you think that this is the year that Paul George – I don't want to call him playoff P. Do you think this is the year like Paul George gets respect back on his name if he performs well in the first round, or do you feel like he has to do this consistently for the next, at least this playoff run for him to get some like respect on his name? Because let's not sugarcoat it. A lot of people are trying Paul George.
Dude, Paul George will never have respect back on his name. If he ever has another bad playoff game, you know what people are gonna say?
What?
That's that same old Paul George. That's that same Paul George we seen a lot before in OKC and get a 50-foot shot in his face and flop for the Clippers and hit the side of the backboard and score 7 points in the playoffs.
I will say this.
Paul George could go 5 games in a row, 30 points, 35, 40. But if that 6th game, he scored 12.
Forget that. If the clock is running down, it's the last shot. Don't put Paul George on the ball handler. Put him on. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just put him on somebody else. Do not let him guard for his sake. Because he gonna be another meme if he give another game winner.
The over under on somebody hitting a game winner in Paul George is 1. What are you taking?
He's going to give up 1. I'm gonna say he's not. I say he goes the entire Dallas Mavericks series without giving up a game-winning shot or a last-second Dallas shot. It won't be on him.
Interesting. Keenan,
what you think?
Wait. Keith.
Yeah.
Clippers or Mavericks?
I'm going to go Clippers.
This is a safe pick. Keenan. Your boy, Kawhi, the Claw. What you going to do?
Your hand look nothing like a claw. I don't even know why you did that. I don't even know why you did that.
That was a sport.
The Claw.
His hand looked like Drew Brees.
The sport.
Keenan. Clippers, Mavericks.
Clippers in 6. You know why, Kawhi. I don't know why you trying me right now. It's not Doc Rivers coaching. Doc Rivers will sit there and let you score 20 straight points before he decide to call the timeout. This ain't Doc Rivers coaching. Give me the Clippers. And for the Paul George question, I think he gonna show up this round. He know. He won bad game away. He better show up, or I'm flying to LA or Dallas.
The Clippers definitely have the more pressure in terms of who has more at stake. Definitely, the Clippers have more at stake than Dallas. You can throw the C's out the window. This is all about pride and ego. They might have the most pressure as a team in the playoffs.
And how we just talked about the ticks with Boston, Luka bound to get a bunch of ticks. Luka complained.
He has to watch it.
And the refs, if you've been watching it, the refs really been at that man Nick this year. So he's bound to get a good 3 on him. And he ain't that far away from getting a suspension.
I think the next tech is a suspension. So he really has no wiggle room to give up a game to get a tech.
And now it's Beverly at you who bound to get some type of emotion out. He didn't have Beverly after getting emotion out of him last year. You got Beverly and Rondo out there. You know they bound to get some out of you. And Marcus Morris bound to try to beat you up without the camera looking. He's bound to get that tick.
You don't care if the camera is looking or not looking.
You're right.
He cares not one bit.
And then don't let me forget about Boogie Cousins over there threatening him from the sideline.
They do got Boogie.
And we got
it's going to be very tough for him in this series.
You said what?
It's going to be very tough for him this series to not allow the antics, for him to not fall into the antics, for him to give up a game.
Talking about Luka.
Yeah. Like you said, the names that you mentioned, I won't say the guys are dirty. I feel like that's a different level, but we're going to they definitely know how to get underneath your skin.
I know. Yeah,
and you can't and one thing that we all know from playing sports is never the first person that gets caught. It's always the second person.
And Luka is always the second.
And so it's real easy to be caught, be the second, to not start it, but to react, and now you get caught. They'll take they tech. They role players. You not a role player.
Right.
You can't afford to.
And then the rest be looking out for. Like, they be looking out for those players that they know gonna get them emotions, gonna get them ticks. So the rest be looking forward to it.
Time out, Kenan. Draymond thought he was Vince Carter in 02 and just tried to boom down the lane.
No, he didn't.
I promise you he did.
No,
you can see it on not top 10. He tried to dunk on Draymond and LeBron. I mean, Kenan, he brought that thing like this, pulled it back.
Say he was playing 2K on the PS5 with the new Xbox series.
Had to unlock that badge. Had to get that badge unlocked.
Yeah, he ain't got posterizer.
Hey,
yeah.
One thing's for sure. The play-in tournament is fun. It's exciting. It's great. The first round of the playoffs, it might be some low scores, but there's bound to be some good series. The Knicks versus the Hawks, the Celtics Heat. Celtics, excuse me. Bucks Heat. Knicks Hawks.
Don't say the Nets and just skip that. Just skip that. Don't say that.
Probably Blazers.
Don't sit here and lie to the people.
Blazers
One
Nuggets.
game with it.
Blazers Nuggets. And I think the Clippers and Mavericks will be good, but you guys think otherwise? You guys think the Clippers will pull out and face the who in the second round? The Jazz, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, or the Lakers?
We don't care who it is. Kawhi.
The Clippers better not hope it's them Lakers, or the Clippers gonna have another year of never ever reaching the Western Conference Finals in their history.
All they got to do is knock Anthony Davis off one time. He's soft. He is soft.
First of all, and I knock on wood. They don't really got to knock him off. They just got to hope he just be clumsy enough to do something, or he miss a game.
He always tripping over his feet.
He's always
get his eye poked, one or the other.
Any bad game, he swear he hurt after the bad game. Don't get me started on Anthony Davis.
He's gonna go for a putback and get hit in the back and miss 30 minutes and come back in the fourth quarter.
And then they say it's his ankle the whole time when he was on his back. Oh no! He's only a goon when he play Phoenix.
And his big toenail, yeah.
Right. I got a question for y'all though, real quick. Would y'all like to see the play-in like for the future?
Yeah.
I'm okay with the plan. I think it makes stars not take off rest days as often as they do.
I agree with that.
It makes the season mean something.
Right.
Because you're gonna go hard in the beginning to win those games, so you don't have to play in a tournament.
Right.
Especially if you know your team makeup is a bunch of veterans or older players. You're really not trying to play more games than you have to anyway.
Like LeBron not trying to sit here down 6 in the third quarter. He's not trying to be doing it. He's trying to be sitting at home watching this game.
Sipping on wine. So yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday with the family.
Exactly. So I love the play-in. I am excited for the first round of the playoffs. It should be some exciting basketball over the next month, so we will have a lot of things to talk about. Real quick, guys, TSU, Tennessee State University, our alma mater, has decided to move all home games to Nissan Stadium. And in terms of student life, in terms of the football team and their support, how do you guys think this will impact the team?
Keenan, you want to go first?
I think it'll bring I think it'll help with like recruitment. in a weird way, playing in the NFL stadium. Get that, just get that feel. I'm hoping the fans come out because usually when the games at Nissan, the fans do come out, but they really be tailgating. But they'll be in because it's Eddie George. I don't know if it's a good idea because I feel like you get more of an atmosphere when you at the hole. I just feel like you get more of an atmosphere when you at the hole. Like I feel like the fans ain't got no choice but to be into it when you at the hole. In Nissan, it can be some distractions. And then like they're not filling that whole stadium up just yet. It's not like it's UT
just yet. They never gonna fill the whole stadium.
I'm just trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, man.
TSU ain't never gonna fill that stadium.
They ain't gonna fill up half the stadium.
Right. They should do it at the hole though, like because you're gonna get more fans in there. It's gonna look more crowded in there than it would do in Nissan. Like
the stadium is on campus. Like
right.
Students who don't drive, students who don't use access, who don't access the transportation given to them for the games, they can just walk down from their dorm and go into the game and then walk back to the dorm.
Right.
You guys have, I'm sure you have been at Nissan Stadium trying to drive out, trying to get a ride, whether that's Lyft or Uber, or trying to catch a ride, shuttle. Or trying to catch the shuttle. And boy, it's difficult all three ways. TSU got brand new fancy head coach. Put him in the stadium. I guess that's the idea.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest.
Stadium with his picture on it.
I'm gonna be completely. This is my opinion. To me, Tennessee State playing in Nissan Stadium feels like a neutral site game to me. Again, I might be the only person, but that's just how I feel. It is a neutral site because the fans are having to travel, and we're talking about fans, the student body, SGA, everybody has to get on the bus to go 10 minutes into the city for a home game.
It's far.
That will not be sold out.
Ever.
Where they won't even put people on the away sideline.
Dude, it'd be one side, not even the whole student section don't even be filled. It'd be one side. And then
student section. You mean the band?
The SGA
student section.
Look, man. TSU, they got to do something to get people to come watch the game instead of coming to watch the band. We love the band, but you go to a football game to watch the game. You go to a football game, you don't go outside to sit there for 5 hours to tailgate.
Are they renovating the hole or something?
You said what?
Are they renovating at the hole or something? Is this something we missing?
No, I think they're just doing the games in the stadium.
So for the most part, the games that were before the games that were in the hit and hail were either because they couldn't get Nissan or the team was so bad where it was no point of being in Nissan. They were in Nissan for home. You was going to Nissan for the Classic and Homecoming, the two bigger events, because they say that hail couldn't hold the amount of people that would be there.
Homecoming should for sure be at the hail.
Fair enough, but I'm telling you now, if you're able to put Homecoming and the Classic, two games that where people are definitely going to show up in Hale Stadium, people will stand up to watch the game as if it's a Pop Warner or Little League game.
And it'll be fun. The atmosphere will be ridiculous.
You don't got to worry about taking no shuttle. You don't got to worry about none of that. I want games in the hole, in the Hale Stadium. I want it on campus.
It's TSU Stadium. It's our stadium. Like, that's where you have that pride to play the game.
That's where I want. I don't want to go to down the road. I don't want to go. No, I don't want to commute. I don't want to take the shuttle. We've been taking the shuttles all week to go to class downtown. And I got to take the shuttle to go downtown on Saturday. Then got to get in line to catch the shuttle to come back on campus.
It might be cold.
I don't want to do that.
I could just go to my.
I don't want to do that. I'm
And
trying to catch
then
the late night game anyway on ESPN and ABC. I ain't got time to wait 20 minutes,
you sit on God.
25 minutes to get back on the shuttle. I'd have missed the halftime.
And then like everybody leave the game after halftime anyway. Because for one, they trying to catch the shuttle. They trying to beat the traffic to the shuttle. Or they trying to beat the traffic to get back. So you're not even gonna have fans when you really need them in clutch time. When you need fans to be riled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm hoping it's something we missing. I'm hoping it comes out that they're just renovating Hell Stadium. That's what I'm praying for. Getting a jumbotron or something. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? People will wait till the end of the fourth quarter to come back in to watch the band in the fifth quarter.
Right.
You can't tell me even for like you can say the entire football experience. A home game at 6:30 or 3:30 time, whatever you want to call it, and a win in hell, then be able to go back to your room and figure out what you're gonna do the remainder of the night. I just feel like in terms of a true experience, and probably from even a player's perspective, while I know I am not on that level, if I see fans, if I see bleachers and it's packed, I'm going to enjoy it. Yeah, imagine 3rd and 7 and you look right and you just see blue seats.
Defense. It don't be none of that. You can't hear
exactly what it be like.
You can't hear nothing from the stadium. There don't be enough fans. There don't be enough fans.
Literally, you look to your right.
They're gonna bring in the bubble
sounds. On NCAA, home field advantage TSU, C-, D.
You crazy, Elf.
Yeah.
Have you been to those games?
I ain't trying to put on my university like that, but it ain't no C.
I didn't call myself being the only fan in the so-called student session before. Actually, the last homecoming, I was literally the only fan down there.
The last
and
homecoming,
I wasn't even a fan.
The last homecoming, I didn't even go to the game. I
was in the game because I like to watch football.
But I was the only person there the whole time tailgating. I'm part of the problem. But there's no excitement. There's no excitement. I can hear the band from the stadium. It's good vibes. How do you persuade the student culture? How do you get the mojo back to TSU football? You got to win. And
you got to win. You got to play.
In the past, with Rod Reed, they weren't winning. They were average across the board.
60% of the fans knew what you were running.
Wait.
They got to beat Dion.
Outside of beating Jackson State, right? In terms of, and I've said this before, when it comes to winning, TSU's had a history of winning early, and when it comes times to conference play, you feel like there is a athletic gap, a skill gap, gaps everywhere on the defense, offense, and you're just like, yeah, this team ain't ready. If he wants to succeed, I think he needs to focus on winning conference games, beating off the P. We start there, and I think the fans will start consistently matriculating into the stadium, whether it's at Nissan or at Hale. But we need to, as fans, like I said, us three, we are included in the issue because we are all have done something to the problem that we're trying to address.
Yes.
Going to admit mines too. However, I do think one thing will change is if we put the games in Hale and have it feel like the games are packed. As a fan, I want to look right and see half the stadium empty and just blue seats. I don't want to see it.
With a big seat in the seat.
65% of the stadium is empty.
I don't want to see
it. 80%.
Yeah, the chairs are nice. Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, we got the little seat, the little you can put the soda and the little bottle in. Yeah, that's nice. But I want to look right, sit in the back of the end zone, and see nothing. I want to look around and look across and see nothing but fans. That's what I want to see.
Will it ever happen, or will TSU continue to push Nissan Stadium? If you're hearing this, TSU, if you're hearing this, Dr. Glover, please figure out a way to make the whole TSU's home for the future. Pimp out the hole. Give it out.
Hey,
Do all types of stuff. Give us a new stadium. We better get some money in. I don't know anything about all that money.
Megatron in the stadium.
Listen, no. Do it even simpler. Ask students. You know how we do those at the end of the semesters, we do those the end of course evaluations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just put a poll out and have it separated. Alumni, student body, or not student body, students. Which way would you prefer? What would make you come to the game more? Hail, Nissan. Because at the end of the day, we're part of, like we said, we're a support group. Just ask us. And then if students are saying we will come to the game more because it's Hail, it is easier to commute, blah blah blah, feels more. You have your answer. Then you can say we know our answers. Let's put the money and invest in our stadium to create a better football culture for it. Now, unfortunately, if the poll come back and say, no, I'd rather go to Nissan, I can't say nothing. Just be one of those people that just be complaining. Just be complaining.
Just be a grumpy old man at that
I'll
point.
just be a grumpy. I would admit to be a grumpy old man. But just ask the students simply. I bet you. I know how you get the answers. Hold people's refund check until you answer the question. You get answers on the first day.
Just give out the survey when they come visit the bursar.
Yeah, because the whole campus gonna be the first 2 weeks. The whole campus gonna be there.
Financial aid. Oh yeah, can you fill out this survey while you up here? I have a whole bunch of questions about financial aid, and then at the bottom, would you rather go to football games in the Hole or Nissan Stadium? Hey, we talked about a lot this episode, man. NBA playoffs, and we got into some TSU talk. I'm excited to talk about what we got next. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Hey, man, this was another great episode of Feel the Burn, the hottest sports podcast out. I am the man with the plan, the host who does the most. My name is Prudencio Logan. You can find me on Twitter at Prudencio_Logan and on Instagram at Prudencio.Logan. Keenan, where can I find you?
On Twitter, I think it's BK_64, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I ain't been on it this much. No, it's Gorilla Pimpin'.
No, IG's Gorilla Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Keith, what's his Twitter? What's his
on
Twitter?
On Twitter.
Not you, Keenan.
Oh.
Keenan, look at your Twitter right quick.
It's big_K64. Man, I've been stressed working with kids now.
big_K64 and on Instagram at Gorilla Pimpin_ I believe. Keith.
64. Yes, sir.
On Twitter, just _Keys_. And on Instagram, Keys, 2 Q's, 2 U's, 2 I's, 2 S's.
My boy just called it pass.
I caught me a flag. I caught me a route.
And you can find us, the podcast, on Twitter and Instagram at Feel the Burn Pod and on YouTube at Feel the Burn Podcast. Guys, make sure you tune in next time to the hottest sports podcast out. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. This has been Feel the Burn.
Wait, Logan. ESPN, ABC, y'all disrespectful. LSU, not LSU, Ole Miss and Louisville as the primetime game? That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful. Ain't nobody in America want to see a Cardinal and the old Rebel in the stadium. Ain't nobody want to see that. That's disrespectful.
And you thought somebody wanted to see Miami lose by 40 points.
First of
That's
all,
why they didn't put it in prime time.
First
Hey,
of
look
all,
at-
we're not losing. That's number one. We're gonna shock the world.
Oh my
You heard
God.
it. I'm going on the record.
Oh
I'm going
my
on the
God.
record.
Don't do
Miami,
guys, it was
Miami
nice
will
talking to
win.
you guys today. Fans, thank you for tuning in.
Please
Once
follow
again,
Marquise. Please follow him on Instagram.
if you need some more crazy Miami takes between now and August or September, whenever the game is,
Jesus.
please follow Marquise.
We waiting, Saban.
Be careful what you wish for.
I'm gonna talk regardless. It don't matter. We're waiting, Saban. You got to see that you. You got to see that you, big dog. We're waiting. We'll be there.
When
Bright
that
and early in
game
the
over,
stadium.
Logan, when that game over, he gonna switch teams.
No, I'm gonna get the flu next. I'm gonna get the flu the week after it because I ain't gonna be on the podcast the week after. I'll let you know that right now.
I might come on that podcast with a full Alabama set on.
Hey man, thanks for tuning in. That's been Feel the Burn.